I'm Nick Harrison. Welcome to day 6. You want to know something crazy yet random that I got thinking about? If you won the lottery, and I mean like the big lottery, like $1 billion or whatever, would you get tired of it eventually? Before you answer that, the easy answer is to say, no, I'd never get tired of it because I'd have all the money in the world and blah, 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 blah. Hear me out. If you won that tomorrow, you would do all the obvious stuff first. You would pay off all your personal debt, maybe buy new vehicles, multiple vehicles, maybe a beach house, a mountain house, a house in the Hamptons, whatever. You would get all that stuff done. You'd pay off all your debt. You'd pay off all your friends and family debt, give money to your friends and family, help them out, get all that squared away. But if you have $1 billion, you still have a lot left over. So then it's going to be, well, you know, and everybody's answer is going to be different, but it's like, okay, well, I want to travel the world and buy a private jet and just travel the world and no timeline. Like for me personally, that's what I would do. I would buy a private jet and I would travel the world. And when I say no timeline, it's not like I would say, hey, I'm going to go to France for 2 weeks or 2 months and then I'm going to go to, no, I'm going to go to France. And then just literally stay as long as you want until you get tired and then just randomly pick up and leave. You have all the money in the world, so you don't have to be on a timeline. You don't have to have a plan. You're just living your life. So then you leave France. That's just the example. But you go to all these other countries and you're just living your best life. You're traveling the world. Okay, so by the time you get done, maybe it's like, oh, well, we've seen everything, but it's been so long, maybe I'll go back and do it again. So then you go back, travel the world again. All the countries in the world, and you buy all the toys that you want, the boats, the planes, the dirt bike, whatever your thing is. But what happens when all that runs out? Like, going to Dubai would be fun. But if I've been there 35 times, I don't know that it would be fun anymore. Right? And it's the same concept. You can apply that to everything. Like, I don't fish, but people who like fishing, the people that I know who like fishing, they love fishing. Well, the reason they like it is because they don't get to do it very often. They only do it in the evenings and on the weekends and on holidays or whatever. But if you did it every day, you would probably get tired of it. And I know most people would say, oh, no, I'd never get tired of fishing if you're an avid fisherman. Yeah, you say that. But could you fish for 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never get tired of it? I don't think so. So it's kind of weird to think about that, like, the lottery is so exciting to win, and I'm not saying this to steer you against it. I would love to win the lottery. But at some point, like, then what is my question? Like, if you've done everything you ever wanted to do and more, you would almost run out of stuff that excites you, which is crazy to think about if you have $1 billion that you won in the lottery. But I don't know, it kind of makes me think, and I know that's random, but it's crazy to think about. That's all I'm saying. You want to know some random, useless facts, but are kind of interesting? Even if you don't, I'm going to talk about them. So the first one is, did you know that Venus, you know, the planet in our solar system, for it to rotate one time fully on its axis is 243 Earth days? But for it to make one full orbit around the sun is 225 days. So what that means is 1 day on Venus is longer than 1 year on Venus. Crazy. Did you know that the Eiffel Tower can grow? That's right, you know what the Eiffel Tower is, that big, weird, kind of funky looking yet cool structure in Paris, France. Yeah, it can grow. Due to the thermal expansion of the metal that is used to make the Eiffel Tower, in the hot season, it can grow up to 6 inches. Who would have thought a large chunk of metal could get that much bigger? How about this? Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not. That's right, botanically speaking, since strawberries have seeds on their outsides, they're not considered berries, but bananas are. Humans and giraffes have the same number of neck vertebrae, which is crazy. A giraffe's neck is a lot bigger than mine as a human, but humans and giraffes each have 7 neck vertebrae. It's just that giraffes are much bigger. Butterflies taste with their feet. Who'da thunk it? Butterflies can land on a flower and taste it with their feet to see if it's suitable for laying their eggs. Do you know what a septillion is? That is 1 followed by 24 zeros. That's a septillion. And that is how many stars are in the observable universe. And in fact, there are more stars in the universe that we can observe than there are grains of sand on Earth. Here's a crazy fact. Did you know that bees can recognize humans? Even though they have tiny little stupid brains, they use pattern recognition to differentiate between human faces. And finally, here's one last interesting fact of the day. I hate bad drivers. Have the best day. Take care.